Now from Fairway Sports World in Natick, the team of Chris Fischer of Marlboro and Shelly Carr of Framingham will challenge our defending champions Marianne Kelly of Methuen and Toni-Marie Baldinelli of Amesbury on Candlepin Doubles. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Leary. I hope you enjoyed the Olympics, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend jaunts down to the Cape, because we're back now as we're about to fall into fall, and we're back with the same people. We'll refresh your memories now as to just what's going on. It's pretty much the same thing that's been going on all summer. Marianne Kelly and Toni-Marie Baldinelli are our defending champions, and they'll be after consecutive victory number 6 today. And in their way, Chris Fischer and Shelly Carr. Now, just to set up the prize structure again, a win here would mean $500 to the winning team, and $300 would go to the losing team. 3 marks in a row of any variety would produce an extra $50 in bonus money and another $50 for every consecutive mark after that. And for 3 strikes in a row, $1,000 in bonus money. And for a 300 game, an extra payoff of $100 in bonus money, plus $10 from our scorekeeper, Al Giulio. And I imagine that $10 will still be on the table, even if Marianne Kelly and Toni-Marie Baldinelli, the promisees of that promise, aren't around in the next couple of weeks. So we've got that $10 to shoot for and an awful lot of money. So let's start the shooting now. Let's get Al's money is the rallying cry now as we start. As an extra incentive on that bet, Al also cut a deal whereby if our bowlers get a 200 or less, he gets $10. So there's pressure on both sides. But actually, that's all in jest. I think they're paying in soda crackers and not money so that we don't get in extra trouble from whoever. Marianne Kelly is married. She's from Methuen. She works for the Liberty Mutual Insurance Company as a cost accountant. She averages 109 and has a high single of 182 and a 431 for a high triple. And Chris Fischer has a couple of children. She works at Maynard Supply. Chris averages 105 and has a high single of 156 and a high triple of 370. $19 apiece after a couple. Now, even though we've had a dizzying schedule for this summer, we will be on again next week. And at that time, Mal Honorado and Karen Bales will be our challengers. And next week also will be the last week of our current women's series. Toni-Marie Baldinelli and Marianne Kelly are threatening to blow right through that whole series. The champs move ahead by 1 slender pin, 28-27 after 3. Bingo! Spare in the 4th for Marianne Kelly. Chris Fischer and Shelly Carr took their roll-off with an 11:35 at Mason's Bowling Center. And Chris Fischer takes a 10, so not a blazing start, but we're off and running regardless. At the halfway point of the opening string, we've got a 9-pin lead for the championship team. And that is a 9-pin lead that Toni-Marie Baldinelli will step up and try to hold on to, and one which Shelly Carr will try to knock down. We'll be back with them in part 2 of the opening string right after this. Here we go with part 2 of the opener now. Toni-Marie Baldinelli. Right on target, and there they go. Shelly Carr on lane 29. Shelly is married with 1 child. She works as a medical transcriber. Shelly has a quite famous high single of 214. Her high triple is 411, and she averages 113. $64 plus a couple for the champ, so that's good for an 11-pin lead, plus 2 in a row. Will they go? No. Well, it's 2 marks in a row anyway, so that sets up a chance at 3 in a row and $50 in bonus money. Shelly Carr has some wood trouble down here. She gets it nonetheless. So finally we're starting to mark up the scoreboard. Well, that will make the bonus money easier. And Shelly Carr is about to get her 2nd straight mark. That is the 3rd straight mark for Toni-Marie Baldinelli. So there's $50 in bonus money. And there it is, 2 in a row. So there's a 20-pin spread, but both sides are bowling now, so anything could happen. Well, with the wood, the 10-pin might go, so maybe more bonus money. Shelly goes a little wide, so it'll be a little bit harder for her to convert. Toni-Marie is trying to see where that piece of wood sells to decide whether to play it. For 4 in a row. Well, took the 10 anyway, and this is for bonus money. No. At this point, it is a 23-pin lead. And Shelly Carr makes a bid at getting right back into this before the first string expires with a strike in the 10th. Toni-Marie finishes with a 9, so there's a 127 and a pretty good opening string. On the strike for 2 in a row. So a spare on the strike in the 10th, and at 1 point down by an awful lot. Now it doesn't look so bad going into the second and deciding string. It's only a lead of a dozen pins for the champions. For Marianne Kelly and Toni-Marie Baldinelli, 127. For Chris Fischer and Shelly Carr, a 115. We'll see if the champs can hold on for consecutive moves have to be made up. Well, will it hit it hard enough? A little too light. Well, Marianne definitely has the better leave out of this, but if Chris can bang this across, maybe she can come up with one, and she's got it. Great shot. So the difficult one goes. Let's see if the easy one goes. Two marks up on the board in the second. We're dead even after two, 24 pins apiece, after adding up the fills on the spare. There's 110. And here's another one. Pretty when they all go down in a bunch. 34 pins apiece after three. Well, again, Chris winds up with the tougher of the two. Well, I'm not sure if you can see that. Marianne just slipped when she let it go. She was afraid of fouling, and as a result, it went wide. Oh, that'll be 9. Couple of 9s. So for the last 3 boxes, we've been matching shot for shot just about. 43 pins apiece after 4. a hurry they go. So Marianne Kelly sets up Toni-Marie Broussard with a spare in the 5th. Chris Fischer takes a 9, so the challengers are at 52. The champs are at 53 plus. And remember, they carried in a 12-pin lead from the first string, so Shelly Carr's got a lot of making up to do. And 5 boxes in which to do it. On the spare, Toni-Marie had 6. Going for 2 in a row. Couple of 10s, so the lead is 19. We'll say that without the question mark now. 19 after 6. After 16, actually. Marks have been precious few. And just when I said that, they all went down on lane 29. Someone had a lung full of air that they were able to blow down the alley and knock them all down. Maybe Shelly's going to luck out. She does. That's the reason for Toni-Marie's smile there. But a lot of good second chance marks made in the last couple of boxes. Toni-Marie with an 8, so the champs have 92 after 8. Shelly with that spare has 79 plus after 8, so never know. Big Phil here and a couple of more marks, and she'd be able to give it a shot. Well, Big Phil. Single pins, hard to pick up. Shelly with just that 10 pin. Needs it to have a shot. And she's got it. So it's 98 plus after 9 for the challengers. Toni-Marie is waiting for some wood to decide where it wants to wind up. Oh, she turned away just as she released it. So with an open box here for the champs, the challengers, as represented by Shelly Carr, now have an opportunity. 100 now for the champions to 98 plus. Big hit here, and then another mark, and got to hope that Toni-Marie doesn't mark. Well, not a big hit, but it's enough to be able to do it with a mark plus in the 10th. Which means she needs all of these and then all on top of that. Nope. So the women in blue do it again. Toni-Marie Broussard and Marianne Kelly win once more. Not with the huge numbers that they were winning with in the first few weeks, but huge enough. 109 in string number 2. In fact, we had a couple of 109s, so as a result, Marianne Kelly and Toni-Marie Broussard get a 236 two-string total. And for Shelly Carr and Chris Fischer, 224. So Toni-Marie and Marianne get to come back again next week, and we'll be back with everyone right after this.